a lot of proactive language. One of them is going to use a lot of reactive language.
In Greenville, South Carolina, a 9th grade football player sits in class.
But that's what they're telling you to do.
It's game day, and he's just counting down the minutes until he can hit someone.
Help him back up so you can knock him down again. Let's go. Go get him. Let's go. Hit him on the line. Yes. You got him. You got him.
He breaks all those stereotypes.
Two things about this kid will grab your attention right out of the box.
He probably saying the right thing, but Mike can do that.
One is that accent. He's a Russian immigrant trying to learn American football.
You know, Kos is not a gimmick. He is for real. He works hard. He earns what he gets. If he plays tonight, it's because he earned it.
The other thing, yeah, he's trying to play football with no legs.
Look good, look sharp. Let's go. Come on, Kos, get out there, man.
I'll get to the backstory in just a minute because it's one you're not going to want to miss. But right now, pick your jaw off the floor and just watch.
Cover one! Cover one! Where's he at?
I just came down here on my home field to hit people and win the game and have some fun.
Go, Sean, go!
Born 17 years ago in Siberia, Russia, young Konstantin's life turned out to be nothing short of brutal. At 6 years old, his mom was killed in an accident. At 9, while playing on a Siberian railroad track, a train chopped his legs off.
And took him to the train station and said, "You're going to an orphanage. I'm sorry, Kos, I can't take care of you."
And at 11, his alcoholic father abandoned him in an orphanage.
There's plenty of kids in that orphanage that are very bitter.
Who would blame him if he just gave up?
Now, would you wake up and say, "I'm going to adopt a teenage boy who's 15 and he doesn't speak any English and he's been in a Russian orphanage and he doesn't have any legs"?
The answer to that question is no, but it happened anyway.
And the way we met Kos is we simply volunteered to be a host family for 1 month. And the program was that he would be flown to America, stay 1 month, receive legs, prosthetic legs, and go back to Russia.
Kim Benham of Greenville, South Carolina met Konstantin, who, by the way, has Americanized his name to Kos, when he was flown to the United States by Project Hope to be fitted with prosthetic limbs.
Truly, from that moment, we knew that he was supposed to be with us.
On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Kim says it was God who brought Kos to her.
I came from Russia 2 years ago.
Kos says it was God who took his legs.
But he didn't let me down when my train accident. He knew I can do something good with it. I lost my legs. I thought I was gonna die. But he said, no, I need him. He might can do something good in the future for other people.
7 minutes!
For reasons I can't put into words, Kos looks at his tragic train accident as God handing him a mission.
God put me right here, sit on this grass and talk to the camera or talk to you about it.
He says if he hadn't lost his legs, well, he wouldn't be here right now in America, telling all of you about his friends back home who need help. His orphanage in Nizhny, Siberia, is home to 100 other Russian children, all amputees. Every one of them has almost no future.
If I'm gonna come down here, live with that family, I'm gonna learn English, gonna go to school, gonna go to college, I'm gonna get educated. They're gonna help me.
Kos knew being adopted by an American family could open doors for a lot of kids.
Well, I'm helping my friends from orphanage. I want them to be happy like me right now. Be in America with a family.
Well, you know, sometimes it's easy to lose perspective of what God had, what He's blessed you with.
The Unbreakable Kos has even caught the eye of Clemson Tigers football coach Tommy Bowden.
It kind of brings them back to reality about what they have been blessed with.
Coach Bowden invited Kos to speak to his players and to show a 6'5", 300-pound offensive lineman how having no legs isn't the worst thing that could happen to you. But getting beat by a kid with no legs, well, that's close.
Most people give up. He might not like the hand that he's dealt, but he has surely done the best he can with it.
When he arrived in America from the Russian orphanage, right away, Kos recognized there's a difference about American teens.
He said, Mama, American kids different than orphanage kids. Orphanage kids don't have stuff. American kids, too much stuff.
Come on, go! Right there!
He probably doesn't realize it, but Kos might be able to help some young Americans too with his simple message.
I'm happy whatever I have right now. I'm happy.
That happiness is a choice.
He's had such adversity, and he absolutely doesn't see the adversity, but says, okay, what can I do now? I lost my legs. Am I going to lay on the couch? No, I don't want to do that. Those are his words.
As you might imagine, Mom thought football was a really bad idea for Kos.
What about wrestling? You can wrestle. You don't have to have, your legs as much. But football?
But Kos has a way. He always has a way of changing minds.
The first time, I just immediately was overwhelmed. I mean, I was sitting there with tears running down my face just because I thought, he's out there playing. You go, Kos.
Keep going, keep running. You know, none of this is amazing to the Unbreakable Kos. Because remember, I told you, this is game day, and he just wants to hit somebody.
I don't care what they're saying. The only thing I care, I just want to hit them. Good game, boy. Good game, man. Good game. Good. Good job. What's up, boy? Good game, guys. Good game.